Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. So in response to my last video, which was about DBS and how DBS is still doing very well, right, chugging along very nicely and set to break record again when it comes to earnings all the way to 2025, so it seems. And in response to that video, a viewer who is also a YouTuber said "Kam Gong," which is Hokkien, I think, for very stupid, this is "Kam Gong" to the max to buy DBS at above book value or something like that, right? So yes, DBS is trading at 1.7 times book value, which seems very expensive, right? But I have made a case for DBS and that it deserves to trade at a richer valuation, at a higher valuation because of its very high ROE compared to OCBC and UOB. This is not anything new. I've said this before, right? Many times in many past videos, right? And Mr. Market seems to agree, right? So, I mean, we cannot just look at book value, right, when we are valuing banks or valuing any company for that matter, right? It only tells us one part of the story, right? Like we can be buying something that's trading at a big discount to book value, but it could be a value trap, right? And it could stay undervalued for a long time, undervalued in inverted commas for a long time, right? Who knows, right? So it's like blind man touching one part of the elephant and trying to describe the elephant just based on that one single part, right? The four blind men and the elephant, the story, some of us might know that story, right? So DBS deserves to trade at a higher valuation, but of course at what valuation that might be is debatable, which is why I said I would buy some DBS today if ... and that if ... is if I were not invested in it yet, right? Just get a foot in and don't throw in everything, including the kitchen sink, and slowly buy in and buy more when there's a pullback to supports, right? That seems to be a rational thing to do, especially if we are investing for income and we don't quite care about trading as much, right? Buying low, selling high, that kind of thing, or short selling for that matter. That's my strategy, right? And if we are not comfortable with the strategy, okay, fine, do whatever we believe in. I know we have to be comfortable, and I've said before, if in doubt, better to stay out, but there's no need to be rude about it. No need to be rude about anything, right? I mean, if we believe we shouldn't be buying DBS at above book, then at 1.2 times book we would have bought. At 1.4 times book we would have bought. At 1.5 times book we would have bought. And definitely now at 1.7 times book we wouldn't buy, right? And when I bought more at $31.80 per share last year in November, I said as much, right? I said I was comfortable buying more at $31.80 per share. I mean, but I'm not telling people, hey, you die, you must follow me. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't later come crying to me because you didn't buy. I didn't say anything like that, right? And very unlikely I'll ever say anything like that. I mean, I'm just talking to myself. Right? People eavesdrop on me. What they do is up to them, right? And just to provide some perspective, this was something I read in the Straits Times just last month, right, in May, by someone called Ravi Vela, right? So this is in Straits Times Opinion, 7th of May, and he had this to say. In 2015, DBS was 46 worldwide for return on equity, which was 11.2%. That was in 2015. ROE was only 11.2%. And it was already among the world's top 100 banks, right? So it was number 46. At the end of 2023, its place has jumped to number 7. So it's number 7 in the world's top 100 banks with an ROE of 18%. That's a massive improvement. And the outperformance was not on account of net interest margin, but structural improvement and a soaring deposit franchise led by digital capabilities. All right. This is also one reason why I say I'm not worried about the digital banks in Singapore chipping away at DBS, right? Because DBS went digital donkey years ago, before we had the digital banks in Singapore. All right. And the author went on to say that high return businesses such as wealth management and global transaction services also contributed to this stellar performance. So this ties in very well with my last video, which said that DBS plans to increase their wealth management business asset under management to $500 billion by 2025. So this is a high return business, right? So I have full confidence in DBS, right? Whether you have confidence in the bank or not, well, that's that's your privilege, right? There's no need to believe what I say, right? I mean, I know someone who sold his DBS shares like 3 years ago and plonked everything into Alibaba, for example, right? It's entirely up to the individual, right? So we take ownership of our own decisions, right? So that's all for this video. To all fathers, have a happy Father's Day tomorrow. Bye-bye.